This is Ryan and Michelle, and welcome to the Celebrate MarriageCast 5-Minute Friday.
Happy Friday. We're so glad you're joining us for this actionable assignment for the weekend to grow your relationship. And Ryan, we had a great show this past week. We had our 150th episode of the Celebrate MarriageCast, which is so amazing.
Bravo. Yes.
And I loved the show that you put together. You had us each share our one thing over the past 150 shows, one thing that really resonated with us. And yours was about speaking words of life into your spouse and just how impactful that is and important it is in your relationship. So I thought for today's show, Ryan, that we would do an assignment based around that.
Cool.
So are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's something... Let me just set this up. So we all know that words hurt. The old saying, sticks and stones can break your bones, words can never hurt you. That's just
false.
A load. Yeah, that's not true. Words can hurt so bad.
Yep.
But I don't think we realize how much even slightly like a skewed arrow, like you might not be saying anything that you think is really, really bad to your spouse, like swearing or whatever, but it might just be slightly off. And I think talking in absolutes or things like that can be really dangerous. So I'm going to give you an example of things like that. If all your spouse hears is you never help, you're always late, you don't listen, you don't care, they're going to start believing them as their identity. So these things that you're frustrated about, you're actually kind of breathing into your spouse and kind of fueling that fire. And you're beating them down, but they're going to start, like, that's going to start becoming their identity. Like, oh, I'm just not helpful. I'm not a good listener. I don't care. I'm not a caring person. So, but I want you to think this weekend about the opposite, about how you can intentionally start to speak more life and more words of encouragement into your spouse. So the opposite is also true. If you're saying things like, you're such a good listener, Ryan. Like, and even if it's not the case all the time, maybe you identify those moments. Ryan, you were such a great listener today. Like, that was so good. Or, Ryan, you were really prepared for, this trip we went on. Like, thanks for helping our family be so prepared. Or, hey, Ryan, like, I know that this project didn't turn out like how we thought, but you tried really hard. Like, thanks for all your work on it. Or, Ryan, you're a really great dad. Like, I love how intentional you were with Thomas today, how you just, like, he asked you to play with these, Legos, and you just put aside what you were doing and you gave him your full undivided attention. You're a great dad. Or even bigger picture, Ryan, I'm so glad I married you. Like, I love being your wife.
Yeah.
What if you started being intentional about breathing life into your marriage? And this might be a practice skill. So your assignment this weekend is to just start breathing life into your marriage through your words. And we talked about how in James, we're told in scripture that, actually, let me just pull it up. This is verse 3 from chapter 3. So James 3:3. When we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we can turn the whole animal. Or take ships as an example. Although they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are steered by a very small rudder wherever the pilot wants to go. Likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes great boasts. Consider what a great forest is set on fire by a small spark. Right, on the show this week, I talked about how your tongue can steer your relationship, which in the scriptures, the tongue was the rudder of the ship.
Yeah.
Your tongue can direct the course of your relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. Michelle, just another scripture here. Proverbs 10:11 says, the words of the godly are a life-giving fountain. And I just love that picture because in Michelle, going back to James, your words will dictate which one, right? Is it going to be a fire and burn everything up, or just like torch it to the ground? Or is it a life-giving fountain?
Yeah.
And I love this assignment, Michelle, to have your words be a life-giving fountain this weekend.
Yeah, and hopefully it's easy. And if maybe you're doing this and you're realizing, I don't speak enough life. Just let it be an audit.
Yeah.
And then just start to practice that. We get better at what we put into practice. So just practice that over the weekend. Speak life into your relationship.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, listeners. We hope you have a great weekend. You can find our church service and online services at Celebrate.church. And have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.